Hey everybody, Joe Carlisle here, my beautiful beloved bride Patty, for those of you who may not know us or follow us. We just wanted to do a quick video, actually this is Patty's idea, to do a quick video about God's goodness to us in 2023 and about how maybe, even when it doesn't look like it, He is trying to bless you.
One of my favorite things through a recent process and miracle of God is I was frequently saying, look at God go, because it was awe-inspiring to watch and see what God was doing and what he did do.
That's actually a very good definition for our year last year.
Yeah, look at God go. So what we want to start with is we had always wanted to purchase a home, and we had just again recently resolved that not yet, it's not yet. We just couldn't find the right situation. We couldn't find the right place. Things had been coming, life was coming at us fast and hard on a couple of different levels, and we had decided to put our new home purchase on pause.
We've been trying to buy a home for probably 15, 20 years. And we've been close 4 or 5 times, but every time something happened, either ate up our savings or, affected our credit. We couldn't qualify. It wasn't the right situation.
Just different things.
Things happened.
And so we had just recently determined that we were going to pause it again and just wait on God and trust in His timing, because His timing is right.
Now, we're firm believers that if you're going to ask for God for something, you should know what you're asking for. You should be specific about what you're asking for. 7, 8 years ago, Patty and I sat down and decided that we were going to make a list of the things in a home. This is one of many lists that we have made about the things, the dreams we have, and the things we want from Him. I saw something recently. It was going to be one of my themes for my business this year is if you aim at nothing, you hit nothing.
Right.
It really is that way when you pray with God. And so we made this list of 10 things that would be perfect for us, what we wanted in a home. If we could check these 10 things off. Now, I would tell you honestly, 5 of them in our mind were, if we won the lottery, it can also have this.
Yeah. But God is a good God.
And He has a sense of humor, by the way.
He absolutely has the wildest sense of humor. So we, in May, we had been planning a date night, and with a minor detour along the way.
Because I do sell real estate.
And he did have customers that were getting a pre-inspection done on a home to make some decisions about, do we do some serious repairs? Do we just sell it to somebody who wants to buy a fixer-upper?
That's part of my listing process. When I'm going to list a house, depending on the condition of it. Now, some homes I can just walk around and say, do this, don't waste money on that. But some homes, particularly the one that we were talking about, built in 1986, we wanted to, you need to get an inspection to make sure everything's cool. What are you going to be able to head off? At least what are you going to be aware of? And that was the situation with this home. The inspector was there doing a pre-inspection. I needed to hear from him, have him explain his report, something that I typically do when an inspector does an inspection.
Yeah.
But Patty had to go with me.
Because it was date night.
And we were on the way, and I said to her, look, honey, I only need 10 minutes to talk to this guy. And she looked at me. I got the look.
Yeah.
I got that look that said, this is date night, buddy. You better not be 2 hours.
So we round the corner when we pull up, and I'm in love with this house. It's really gorgeous. It sits up on a little bit of a hill. It's got a beautiful front door, 2-car garage. It's really, really cute. There's no HOA in this neighborhood, so I'm like, check in my own head. But as a real estate wife, when you are with your husband talking real estate, you have to have that stone cold face. No emotion, no distraction, because you don't want to tip one way or the other as far as what you want to tell the sellers or the buyers or anything. You just stone cold, no reaction, no emotion. So As soon as we get out of the car and the owner's husband is there and the inspectors are there and they're only about halfway done, I knew this was more than 10 minutes. And the owner's wife was in the house, so I decided to pop in and say hello and, check out the house. It looks really cute. I've heard a lot of different things about it, but I hadn't really seen it. So as soon as I walk in, I see a white wall, but what hits me is just a major peace, a peace that passes all understanding. I walk into this house and there's more peace than I have felt in a long time. And all I'm looking at is this huge wall at the entrance of the door.
Traditional entryway.
And so there's a left and a right, and I can see to the right this huge, what is, a continent in this kitchen.
That's an island that's really, really big.
And the owner's wife is sitting there and she says, "Hey, have you ever seen the house? Take a look around." So as I round the corner to this white wall, on the other side of this white wall is every fireplace I could have ever imagined having in my home. This is it. It's a beautiful brick fireplace. It has the gold ornate things in front of it and 2 built-in bookcases on the side, and it's got a ledge to sit on, and it's just amazing, and I'm falling in love, but I can't show it on my face. So I'm, pretty stoic, and the owner's wife says, "Yeah, the master bedroom's that way, the other bedrooms are that way. Feel free, look around, dining room's that way." And as I walk into what they use as a dining room, I immediately see Joe's office library with bookcases filled with books in this room. It's not a dining room, it's a library.
The bookcases aren't there yet. This is what she's seeing.
Geez, this is what because they've got a dining room table in there. And so I walk back out through the kitchen and walk towards the master bedroom, which is, I open a door and it's the garage. So I go to the left and it's got a little bit of a hallway, and I walk into this room that is as big as the house I'm currently living in.
It's the apartment we live in.
It is 800 square feet of bedroom, not even walk-in closet and bathroom. Just the bedroom is 800 square feet.
It's a little exaggeration, but not much.
Not much. So I walk in, and there's a walk-in closet. I mean, a his and a hers, everything. And I walk into the bathroom, and there is a beautiful Whirlpool soaker tub. I don't see a shower, but I don't care.
House is built in 1986. The one thing the inspector says to me about that bathroom is, it's amazing. I never see these tubs where the jets still work. The jets still work. The owner tells me, "Oh, I've never actually used those jets. I think I've used them twice."
So I walk out and I'm, again, stoic. "Oh, that's really cute. Oh, how nice. Look at that color. I'm dying." And so then I walk out, and on the other side of the house are 2 other bedrooms. And I walk into the right one that's beautifully painted blue, sky blue. I'm in love. It has a beautiful view. For the first time, I see a pool. This house has a pool. Nobody mentioned to me that this house had a pool. And so I walk to the other side, and it is a darker room, but I know this is going to be my office. I can see my monitors, my table, my desk, a bed for my granddaughters to sleep in here.
So both of these spare bedrooms are actually bigger than the main bedroom of the apartment we're living in.
Yes.
Keep in mind, we're living in 800 square feet.
So then I walk out of the bedrooms, and now I'm beelining towards the backyard because, this yard can only have a pool, right? There's nothing else in this backyard. Walk out to the bird cage. This pool is a 1986 pool. It is massive. It is huge. It has a huge deep end. I look to my right, and there is at least what appears to be a half acre, but it's not. But it looks like it to me, a half acre yard where we can have the most perfect garden, and Joe can garden. And these are the things I'm seeing in my head.
Because I like the garden.
And so I walk back into the lanai that is not a part of the house. It's just a closed-in.
It's enclosed.
Screened room with sliding glass doors and windows, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect game room for the men in my life. And I walk back into the living room, and Sherry's there, and we sit down, and now we've had 45 minutes of our date night. And then the guys come in and they start talking and setting up where Joe's going to meet them on Thursday to talk about the listing. And we leave, and I immediately I wait to make sure we've rounded a corner because, stoic face. And I say, that house is beautiful. It's perfect.
So, go ahead. Did you want to say something?
Nope, that's it.
Well, long story short is this house actually has 9 of the 10 things on the list. Okay? And keep in mind, the list has the last 5 things on the list are, if we won the lottery, things to check off the list. The pool, in a bird cage, just other things like a game room, space for a game room.
Yep.
And long story short, I go to do the listing and tell them what they're going to get a price for. They're dear friends of ours. We have dinner with them sometime later. And basically, these people offer us the house at a price that they paid for it in 2006, which is probably 50 to 60% less than I've assumed the value I think that I can sell it for. And they insisted, because they're sweet. It was their family home. They wanted it to go to a family. I'd sold a couple of homes for them that were that went to investors. And it came down to they just wanted to be sweet. But we see this as God was blessing us. God blessed us through some people and got us something that we did not think we could get.
Yeah.
And when God answered that prayer, he answered it beyond anything we could imagine. Our theme, our verse for last year, and we're thinking it's continuing into this year, was
Ephesians 3:20.
to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you can think or imagine. And we closed this house from contract to closing in 26 days with a VA loan, overcoming 4 hiccups that should have postponed it for weeks on end.
Yep.
And closed on July 3rd, the middle of a holiday weekend. This never happens. This house was all God. And we're so grateful to the people he used around us to make it happen.
Yep.
Because we could not have afforded the value of this house. When the appraisal came in, it was far more than I thought we could get as a listing on the open market. And we've cleaned up a few things, and our value has gone up. There was nothing structurally wrong with the house. Everything in the house
Yep.
is cosmetic that we can do over the next 4 or 5 years. And the longer we live here, the more we know we're going to live here forever. That dog got across the thing. Anyways, dog, come back. Anyways, this is one of the challenges we have, the dog getting out of the fence. Anyways, we just want to encourage you that God can come through, even though we've been praying and working for this house for almost 20 years. That it is possible for God to answer your prayer.
It absolutely is. And one of the phrases that we have is look at God go, because look at God go. He got us this house. We went through a mortgage company. We had a few hiccups, and we still closed in 26 days. And we sit in our house 90% of our time in awe of what God did and where we currently live and how we currently live in his blessings and his desire and his timing.
It's so easy to lower your faith to what you can see, to the natural circumstances around you. But that's not how faith works. And that's one of the things God taught us through this house, is that he has a plan greater than what you think. If you ask him for something, he doesn't want to just give you what you want. He wants to give you far away and above that. And it's actually changed some of our prayers, because we not only pray that verse, but we always say, Lord, we want this or something better.
Yep.
Anyways, we don't want to take up too much of your time. Thanks for sticking with us.
Yep.
Keep an eye out, because You know, there's more to this story.
Oh, there's way more.
We're really excited about 2024
Amen.
and what he's going to do in our lives to it.
So,
Thanks, everybody, and we love you.
and look at God go.
Look at God go.